Recording a YouTube video should be simple. You open OBS, hit record, and your video should look clean. But then you get into the settings and suddenly there are way too many options. Resolution, bitrate, encoders, audio tracks, recording format. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the OBS settings that actually matter so your YouTube recordings look clear, smooth, and ready to upload. I'm Erin from StartupWise. Let's get into it. First, open OBS Studio, then go to the bottom right corner and click on Settings. So from here, we can skip General, Appearance, and Stream because for this video, we are focused on recording. So go straight to the Output tab. So once you're there, change the output mode from Simple to Advanced. And this gives you access to the recording settings that we actually need. Next, switch from the Streaming tab to the Recording tab. This is where we will set up how OBS saves your videos. I know this page can look a little overwhelming at first, but we are going to keep it simple. So the first thing to check is your recording path. This is where OBS will save your video files on your computer. You want to click Browse and then choose the folder or drive where you want your recordings to go. So one small tip here, you want to create a dedicated folder just for your OBS recordings. This sounds basic, but it really helps a lot. If your files are going to random places on your computer, it gets messy fast. You record a video, then you can't find it, or you accidentally save everything to your downloads folder, and now your computer looks like a digital junk drawer. So I would make a folder, call it something simple like OBS recordings, or you could do YouTube recordings. So that way, every time you finish recording, you know exactly where the file is. And if you are recording for a business channel, this also makes it easier to stay organized later when you're editing, uploading, or saving backups. If possible, I would save your recordings to an SSD or a solid state drive. Recording to a slower drive can sometimes cause lag or stuttering in the final video, especially if you're recording in higher quality. So pick a reliable drive for the recording, and if you want to move the file somewhere else later, you can do that after. Next up is the recording format. So we're going to choose MKV. You might be wondering, why are we choosing MKV instead of MP4? And the main reason is file safety. If OBS crashes, your computer shuts down, or something interrupts the recording, an MKV file is much less likely to be ruined. But with MP4, if something goes wrong before the recording is finished, there is a higher chance that the whole file can become unusable. So MKV is usually the safer option while recording. After that, there is one more setting that makes MKV easier to work with. So we're going to go over to the Advanced tab on the left, scroll down until you see the recording section, then turn on automatically remux to MP4. So what this does is pretty simple. You can record safely in MKV, but when you stop recording, OBS will automatically create an MP4 version for you too. So you get the safer recording format while you are filming, and then you still end up with an MP4 that is easier to edit, upload, or share. After that, you can delete the MKV file if you don't need it anymore. This is helpful because if your computer crashes, your power goes out, or something interrupts the recording, the MKV file gives you a better chance of keeping your footage. So I would definitely turn that on. Now let's go back to the Output tab and move to Video Encoder. This is one of those settings that sounds more confusing than it really is. The encoder is basically what OBS uses to process and save your recording. If you are on a Windows computer with an AMD graphics card, choose the AMD H264 option that shows up in your encoder list. But if you're on a Mac like I am, you'll probably not see NVIDIA or AMD options. So instead, you may see several options like AOM AV1, Apple VT H264 hardware encoder, got the software encoder, you have Apple VT HEVC hardware encoder, and then you'll also see X264. For most beginner YouTube recordings on a Mac, I would choose Apple VT H264 hardware encoder that uses your Mac's hardware to help record the video, which usually gives you smoother performance than just using your CPU only. I would avoid X264 unless you have to, because that uses more CPU and can make your recording lag if your computer is already doing that. And I would not start with AV1 or HEVC unless you specifically know you need them, because H264 is still the easiest format to work with for most editing software and YouTube uploads. So if you have NVIDIA, use NVIDIA NVENC H264. If you have AMD, use the AMD H264 encoder. You want to avoid X264 if you can. So for audio encoder, we are going to choose FFmpeg AAC, and next is the audio track. So this is actually a really useful setting, especially if you want to separate your microphone audio from your computer audio, but it can be a little confusing, so I'm going to come back to this near the end of the video. But for now, let's keep moving through the recording settings. All right, so scroll down to the encoder settings. For rate control, we are going to use constant QP if you have that option. In older versions of OBS, this may still show up as CQP, but it basically means the same thing. Constant QP is better for recording because it focuses more on quality instead of forcing one exact bit rate the whole time. Then for the CQ level, I would stay somewhere between 16 and 20. And this part is important. A lower CQ number means better quality, but it also creates a larger file. So 16 will look better than 20, but 20 will usually create a smaller file and be easier on your system. I usually like 17 because it's a good balance between quality and file size. If you want more quality and your computer can handle the larger file, try 16. If your computer is struggling or the file sizes are getting too big, try 18, 19, or 20. For keyframe interval, set it to 2. You may see some people use 0, and that can work too, but 2 is a safe setting to start with. Now for preset, this depends on your computer and your encoder. If you are using NVIDIA, you may see options like P5, P6, or P7. P7 gives better quality, but it takes more power. P5 is easier on your computer. P6 is a good middle option, so if you have a strong computer, try P7, but if your computer is struggling, use P5, and if you're not sure, start with P6. If you're on a Mac and you don't see the P5, P6, or P7, don't worry, that is normal. Those presets are mostly for NVIDIA encoders. But for the rest of the encoder settings, keep it simple. If you see options like tuning, multipass profile, psychovisual tuning, or max B-frames, you can use high quality settings if your computer handles them well. But if your OBS looks different, do not panic. A lot of these options change depending on whether you are using NVIDIA, AMD, Apple, or X264. But once these recording settings are done, hit apply, then go back to the audio tab at the top. Now we can move into the main audio settings. So go to the audio tab on the left. Here, make sure your desktop audio is selected. This is usually your headphones or speakers, basically wherever your computer audio is coming from. And then the next thing is mic or audio. So just choose the microphone that you do prefer. It'll vary for everyone, especially if you're using a USB mic, a webcam mic, an audio interface, AirPods, or a built-in laptop mic. So just so you know, this will look different for everyone. So just choose your microphone. The main thing is to choose the device that is actually recording your voice. If you're not sure which one it is, pick one, talk into your mic, and check if the audio meter in your OBS moves. Once your desktop audio and microphone are selected, you want to hit on apply or OK. Now go to the video tab. For base resolution, set this to the size of what you are recording. So if your screen or camera setup is 1080p, set the base canvas to 1920 by 1080. Then for output resolution, choose the resolution you want the final recording to be. For most YouTube videos, 1920 by 1080 is a good place to start. And if your base canvas and output resolution match, you don't really need to worry about the downscale filter. But if they don't match, set the downscale filter to Lanczos for better quality. For common FPS values, choose 60 if you want a smoother recording. If you're recording something simple like a basic talking head video or screen recording, 30 FPS can also be fine, but for smoother movement, I would use 60 FPS. Next, there is the Hotkeys tab. So this is optional, but it can be useful if you want a keyboard shortcut to start or stop recording. You can also use this if you have something like a Stream Deck. You don't need to set this up right away, but it is there if you want more control later. So once that's done, click on OK. And at this point, your main recording settings should be ready. The last thing I want to mention is audio tracks. So if you go back into settings, then output, then recording, you can choose which audio tracks OBS records. This lets you separate your microphone audio from your desktop audio. So when you bring the file into your video editor, you can adjust your voice and your computer audio separately. This is really helpful if your voice is too quiet, your screen audio is too loud, or you want more control while editing. Before you record a full video, do a quick test recording. This is one of the easiest ways to avoid wasting time. Record 20 or 30 seconds, talk into your mic, move around on screen if you're doing a screen recording, then play it back. Check 3 things. Does the video look clear? clear? Does the audio sound clean? And is everything saving where you expected? If something looks blurry, sounds too quiet, or feels laggy, fix it before you record the full video. That one test can save you from recording a whole tutorial and realizing later that your mic was wrong or your screen was blurry. Once that test looks good, you are ready to record. So that is how I would set up OBS for recording YouTube videos. The main things to get right are your recording format, encoder, quality settings, audio resolution, and frame rate. Once those are set, do a quick test recording before filming the full video. That way you know your video looks clean, your audio sounds good, and everything is saving in the right place. I'm Erin from Startup Wise. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this video helped, make sure to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.